Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be talking about some of the mistakes, pitfalls, or traps, whatever you want to call them in this game. There's a few different things you can do. They're going to set you behind. I'll drop a few tidbits and tips. I'm also going to let you know what my secret is to farm 13,500 particles for free every single night while I'm not playing the game. So there's a little bit of a drop in there too, and I'll get right into that right away. Okay, I thought it would be nice if today what I do is let you guys know about some of the traps to avoid in this game. And I want to start right off the bat with the Convergence box. Now the Convergence box is pretty good, right? You can put stuff in here. You can even put badges that you no longer want in here. You can drop them in, get yourself some percentage back, and get some good resources. However, one of the traps is when you click in here, it says, oh, you can use 50 gems to lock it. That's not worth it almost ever. Maybe the 50 gems to lock the 500,000 gold that shows up rarely. But what you have to keep in mind is when you lock something, it only locks it for 5 attempts. So you have to be able to actually get it within 5 attempts after locking it, or else your 50 gems are just gone. And on top of it, gems are one of the hardest things to do. It would make more sense if it was like 5 to 10,000 gold to lock it. They would get a little bit of gold back. But as it stands currently, the locking system in here is not good. On top of it, badges. A lot of people say, well, you should put your 3, 4, and higher star badges in here. You can do that, but look at here. When you crunch the higher star badges, sometimes you actually end up getting higher star particles. You see, I got 3 of the green particles. That's almost 1 of the blue particles, basically. It's pretty close. So you want to be kind of careful. It's not always the best just to dump it right into the Convergence box. On top of that, I want to let you know, speaking of particles, there is another way currently in the game to get a whole ton of particles. What I'm currently showing you here is LD Player, and LD Player has on the side all these different buttons, one of which is a macro recorder. And in that macro recorder, I have a macro that allows me to sit here on the badge screen, and while I'm farming and going to sleep, what it does is, I'll show you real quick. I just hit the button, I click start, and what does the macro do? It goes and automatically dismantles 1 and 2 star badges, okay? That way, while I'm asleep, it will farm, kill minions, and if I get any badges, it just automatically dismantles them. That's all it does. It just crunches the badges. So what does this allow me to do? This allows me to farm particles overnight. So I've done the math, and you can get about 13,500 particles by using one of these macros overnight. Okay, I now have a link in the pinned comment to an emulator you can use for one of these macros, and you'll also get yourself a whole ton of gold as well from dismantling. That's how I was able to get a whole bunch of particles. Talked about this before, so I'm just going to cover it briefly. Basically, core combinations are a trap. If you look at it, it's only a 10% chance of getting 6-star cores. So you basically want to stop once you get to 5-star cores, maybe even some 4-star cores. I have some 4-star cores on my hero, which is hilarious considering I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars. And this is a pay-to-win type hero, and you can see my cores still suck, okay? And for that reason, you want to be careful with your cores. Don't just crunch them thinking you're going to get 6-star ones. It is, in fact, a trap. These PIM support bundles are absolutely garbage. I wouldn't be buying these. Dimension boxes aren't something that's worth your time and effort to purchase. I would be putting your time and effort elsewhere for sure as far as your resources go. Same with the weekly dimension boxes. These are all traps. I wouldn't be getting that. I mean, I guess you could do the $4 one if you want, but I'm really not a huge fan of dimension boxes, especially considering basically the best thing you can get out of them is a 5-star core, and cores are such garbage right now, and the odds of getting that core is so low. Another trap is the auto-equip. Like, the auto-equip is not accurate. If I put on auto-equip, look, it gives me slightly more stats on those items, and it gives me 28,000 more power, but look at what actually happened. We lost over 30% critical damage. This one we lost 15% and 5% dodge rate, and the only thing we gained was a slight bit of defense. Like, the auto-equip is trash and will make you wear bad gear. You also probably want to save your selector tokens, your Omega points, whatever you call them. I bet they're going to have something new that's even better than Rise of the East eventually. And if you save your Omega points, etc., you can kind of get the leg up on it. Plus, the steampunk costume seems to be better than the Rise of the East for a lot of heroes. I know, at least on Spider-Man, the steampunk is in fact better. Here's a mistake you can make. It's not really a trap, but it's a mistake not making sure that every time you log in, receive, and send your friend tokens, max out your friends list. The friend tokens are actually more important than you would think, because if you can go into your tokens here and you look at them, you can buy the weekly Parthicos, you can buy Costume Box, which are important, is free to play, because you need thousands of these things. Core boxes, you can even get Parthicos. So if you're somebody who's a whale or something like I am, these Parthicos are actually worth purchasing. So 100% make sure you add friends. Also, I think one of the biggest mistakes you can make is using all your resources right now. I did actually a 10 pull of Omega cards today, and I realized that was really stupid, because I guarantee you more Omega cards, more badges, more of everything's coming out with this update on the 29th. And for that reason, you want to be hoarding resources so you can pull for the new stuff on the 29th. Now, there's some reverse logic for this. Maybe you should be pulling instead, because what if they inflate the pool of cards, etc., and make it worse? That being said, I don't know how much worse you could make it. The Omega card pull rate is really bad. The way the exclusive stats work is trash. How many times you have to re-roll it to get a good stat is trash. So there is a lot of reasons to not really worry about it, if we're being honest. So just something to keep in mind. The other thing is, maybe don't chase the costumes. Like I chased Rise of the East, etc., because I guarantee you there's going to be more regional gear coming out with the new regions. And if that's the case, we don't know if that gear is going to be the new best gear, etc. So as it stands, save your money, wait for the 29th. With that being said, that wraps it up for all of your basic tips, tricks for this video today. I got to go live. It's going to be at twitch.tv/Darth Microtransaction. We're going to do some Marvel Future Revolution, and then we have to finish up our Diablo 2 hardcore run. Love you all. Thanks for watching these videos, and I'll see you on the next one.